Kia ora everyone, what's up? And welcome back to another episode of Hori's Tell Stories. Let me just say, the best fucking podcast in the West.
That's right, bro.
More than the West now, bro.
More than the West,
More
Australia.
than the
West. Hey, but this podcast wouldn't be what it is without the clown next to me. The man with the most impressive resume you'll probably ever come across. Ex-Royal Navy combat specialist, or better known as a seaman.
Seaman combat specialist, bro.
Ex-Burpee world record holder, and Kalen Ponga's first cousin.
Thank
Levi
you, bro.
Kissick Ponga.
Thank you.
Welcome, bro.
You don't have to say that seaman name. You just say combat specialist.
And over to the right, we got the Wiz. As days go by,
Wiz.
the man just gets wiser.
The Wiz.
Snap Fitness Spearwood, PT of the Year for 2022.
Oh.
Coach Joe.
Kia ora whānau, how is everyone?
Good,
All
brother.
good?
Good to be here.
The
Yeah,
Wiz.
yeah.
Good
That's
to
a
be
good
here.
Bro, I
name,
thought you were just
Wiz.
going to leave it at the Wiz, bro.
No.
On my intro. You bought him in hot.
Yeah.
You bought him in hot and you just left it at that Wiz.
The Wiz,
Pause.
bro.
And I was like, bro, my resume's just this big, boy.
Yeah, no.
I'm waiting for mine, to be honest.
I'll look after you, boys. I'll look after you. But hey, look, we're very fortunate. Ever since we started this podcast, we've been very lucky to have some great guests on, and today's no different. Our man sitting next to us, professional boxer, 35 bouts, 31 wins, 27 of those wins by knockout. 27 knockouts. And
We
let me
just
just
touched
say,
his fist.
We touched his hands
Yep,
before the
yep.
potty. Rock
he's
hard.
got some fucking fists of doom. And he was also Australia's first heavyweight boxing champion.
Ever.
First. And he's also founder, owner of Big Daddy Boxing Gym here in Perth, and that's Lucas Big Daddy Browne. Welcome, brother.
Oh, we all. Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Welcome, bro.
Thanks for coming on, brother. We really appreciate it. Look, before we get into this podcast is sponsored by Cuzzies. Get down to Bertram.
Kia ora, kizzies.
Bertram. Know the address? Or shout out to Cuzzies anyway. If you want to taste the home, if you want to taste the home, want a hangi, want a raw fish, all that good food, get down to
nice.
Cuzzies.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I've never had a hungy.
Oh,
Get down to Cuzzies, brother.
Yeah.
Definitely get down to
We'll
Cuzzies
get,
and
some
Bertram.
we'll get you down, get some content down in Cuzzies with Big Daddy Lucas Browne.
100%. All right, boys, we got Pit and Peak. Pong, kick us off, bro.
yeah. Big peak. You know, I've been doing my online challenges for about 8 years now, and I've always tried to get it more online. So I got a big one in March 13th. $10,000 cash. Not Bitcoin or rupees. So for New Zealand, Australia, I'm quite excited, a bit nervous too, because it's going to be a big one. So putting in a lot of mahi, just trying to improve on it each time, setting people's targets with their fitness testing in the first week, and just giving you something else to work towards in terms of your strength-based cardio, core strength, all that kind of stuff. So keen for an online challenge or to kickstart these New Year's resolutions that you haven't even started yet, whānau. Give me a buzz. So pretty excited about that.
Did you win a multi-nef? Well, I got the 10 grand up for grabs.
Yeah, well, I've had someone backing me. Like the last one went well, and I think he's kind of looked into it and seen like the work that I put in.
Yep.
I do about 3 a year.
It's huge, bro, what you do.
Oh, the last one was $4,000, you know, and this one's fucking 10. So
Nice.
Okay.
10K. So it's not just a transformation challenge, but also trying to, educate, teach you something, and help you improve on your form technique.
Yeah.
And you kind of like a fitness assessment in a way, like you do with any military or anything like that.
Well,
So
I think the best thing about that is that you want to be able to continue doing it and
Yes.
know what the hell you're doing, rather than
Yeah.
just go, I've done this, and then
Yep.
you go back to what you're doing.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Growth.
longevity, man.
Yeah, so always trying to improve on it. So I love my stats. But so that's a big peak. My pits boys actually happened the other week. I think I told you about it. My nephew's got mugged. It's not my pits.
Oh, your nephews.
But my knee was playing up after training, and I've got my 3 kids, and then partner wasn't home. 2 nephews, twins, came back with their 2 mates, and they're like, Uncle, we got mugged. And I was like, hey, what the fuck? I just got out of the shower. I was like, jump in the car. They're like, no. I was like, jump in the car. So I gave my kids to one of the nephews, told the boys, the other boys to jump in the car. We're driving around trying to locate these kids. They were on a electric scooter. And I'd hurt my knee at training.
Those are fast, bro, those electric
They
scooters.
are quick, bro.
Yeah.
And I seen them, bro. I just seen red. I'm not an angry man, violent man, but fuck, if you fuck over family, just kind of. And I seen him, and I'm out the window, and I go, you better fucking give that money back. And I turn, and I try to cut him off, bro. That would have been like 17, 18. And he's trying to take off, and I drove in front of him and stopped the car. Took him out.
So you hit him.
I hit him with my car. Just bumped him.
Well, they hit you.
Yeah, we'll say that.
Yeah.
And then cars are everywhere. Cars are everywhere. And so I was like, I can't park in the middle of the road. Pull up on the curve, get out to try and chase him. And fuck, he took off, bro. And I'm sprinting and sweating my ass off. Couldn't get him. So I locate him later on, and he's in the back bushes. I'm running through bushes, barefoot. But as I rushed out the door, I just grabbed the first singlet I seen, and it was my partner's singlet. Tight there, so I had my little crop top, bro, and I'm like little belly button popping out, little pooks out the bottom, bro.
Active weed.
And I'm chasing him, bro, going through these bushes barefoot. Fucking, I couldn't get the little cunt, eh? So he dropped his Coke, and I picked it up, but it was fucking, didn't want to catch anything, he drunk out of it. But yeah, so didn't get the Nev's money back, but I've been on the look in the hood every time I'm driving around. Nice. Even went back, changed the car. I was like, I need to get these fellas, bro. But nah, they got away. So that was the little pit and peak, bro, and I hurt my knee too, even more. So no good. And I hit a kid. When looking back at it now, I'm like, I took a kid out with my car. Yeah. No, he hit you. He hit me. That's right. Yeah.
Just in case he takes you to court. No, use the potty.
You heard it here first.
So that's it, bro. Pit and peak, boys.
Pit and peak, nice, brother. Joe, got anything for us, bro?
Yeah, bro. The pit, it sort of links into a nothing worse as well. I had a client. It's her free session. It had to be a morning one as well. She asked before work. I don't usually do free sessions before work as well. But I said, yep, all good. She woke up late and she texted me. But she went to reschedule. Bro, her excuse. She hasn't recharged her energy crystals, so she got a pretty bad sleep. And she hasn't recharged the energy crystals. And I was listening to the story when we obviously rebooked the session. And then she was telling me about, it's just, this is my star sign. So this is a trait of mine. Fuck up with your star signs and your fucking crystals, bro. I'm getting sick of it, I'm getting sick of star signs and crystals, bro.
Just on the note, Aries are the best. I just wanted to
If she told you I was late because I was listening to the Hories Tell Stories podcast, you would have let it slide.
But like, I don't care. Yeah, but the crystals weren't charged, and it's her star sign that made her be late, bro. I couldn't believe it.
Nothing worse, bro.
But the peak of the week, boys, I get to go to state titles with you two this weekend. First time in about 10 years I've played with all three of you.
Yep.
All three of us.
Looking forward to it.
Looking forward to it, boys.
Yeah, we better win.
Regardless of what happens, us three get to play together.
Regardless of what happens.
Yeah, because we're going to win anyway. Because
Yeah.
I'm back, baby.
We've got a
Coach Job is back.
So hopefully we're not build-ups because we got some good players.
Yeah.
So fuck on paper, but we're all a bit old and our hammies ain't what they.
I was going to say, we mentioned the hammies?
Yeah. We don't till after the tournament.
Nice, bro. Lucas, got anything for us, brother?
Is it recent, yeah? It has to be recent?
Yep. Whenever.
Well, basically, peak would be the gym at the moment.
Yep.
So I've started off with the gym. I moved to Inaloo to be close to my kids in Scarborough. I went to Spa at the gym, and we had the conversation about what do you want to do after boxing and stuff. And then it was like, yeah, love to have a gym. So 3 days later, I got a message saying, "Are you serious about it?" I said, "Obviously depends on price, right?" And I jumped headfirst into the gym. So
nice.
I wanted to make sure that whoever was still there that changed over from Scarborough Gym was happy and stuff, and obviously that made the bills sort of basically. So I'm not making money, but I'm not losing, which is also the best. So I've got a new focus now. So I've got a 6 a.m., a 9:30 a.m. and a 5 p.m. class. Yep. Instead of just sitting home doing whatever I want for the last 10 years. I always trained everything else, but I was basically just lost in limbo for a while, unless I had a fight on. So at least now I've got a full focus and a whole bunch of new people that we hang out with for at least an hour a day and all that sort of stuff. So I'm really happy with that.
Oh, awesome.
I've heard some good things about the gym already, bro. So a few of the boys that go there. So
well, it's very much like every gym is the same, really, in essence. But the way I do it, every day is 10 3-minute rounds with a 1 minute break. So like you're having a fight.
Yep.
So that's sort of the difference with everything. We do boxing, but it's boxing cardio and all boxing conditioning. So it is different, but at the end of the day, gym's a gym. You know what I mean? So
would love to come through for
please do. First session free.
I'd actually like to see you. I'd actually like to see you. Go
Hang
the
on, I'll
ring
just
with one of
charge
these
my
fellas.
crystal, bro.
That's right, yeah. Well, at the end, the last 2 rounds are body sparring. So
Yep.
yeah, you get 2. I'll get 2 of yours at least.
Yeah.
Rock it off, bro.
Rock it off.
Gotta rock it off.
I'm actually Golden Gloves in Northbridge, bro.
I guess all the Aboriginal fellas.
Crack up. Do you got a pit for us?
The one that sort of strikes the most, and it's most recent, was the fight I was supposed to have in Dubai just before Christmas.
Yep.
Now, I was so pumped for that because it was going to be a massive fight, 4 belts, obviously in Dubai, so my debut in Dubai, but it was supposed to be like 350 grand. So I'm like, yeah, this is great, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Christmas kids, you know what I mean? Like, it was going to be really good. And then I got over there and they said, no, it's now on Tuesday, not on Saturday, and then it fell through altogether. So my Christmas was just fucked, basically, money-wise.
Was it promoters, bro?
Yeah,
Promoters?
basically what happened, what I can sort of grasp out of everything, the promoter had everything going. Like my flights alone was 17 grand.
Yeah.
Business class to Dubai and back, you know what I mean? So he paid about 70 grand in total in flights and stuff. Every intention to go through with it, but I think a major sponsor fell through in the process.
Yeah.
And I think he thought he was just going to get another one and save it, but it just didn't happen. So
Oh, no.
we're all over there, we're all ready to go, and no one fought at all. So
What was your opponent's name, bro?
for that one, Manuel Char. So I
I saw
held
the promotion coming off on
Yeah.
that as well, yeah.
I held the WA regular title, and so did he.
Yep.
So that was it's going to be a great fight. You know what I mean? We're both right up there in terms of rankings and stuff, and a similar history, so to speak. So it would have really been a good fight.
Damn.
So that's the that's
that is
the
a pit, bro.
That's the
Fuck
pit.
yeah, it's a pit.
My pit, I've got a couple boys. First one, obviously, I said last week on the last episode that I was going back into FIFO. Already quit.
Oh, bro.
Already quit my job, bro, after one swing. I'll tell you why, though. No. It was, the supervisor was a dick, bro. He was, just one of those guys in a position of, I guess, power, but really abusing that and just the way he was talking down to the boys and just treating everyone, bro. And, I'm one of those people that, if you're going to talk to me like shit, bro, I'm going to stand up and say something.
Yeah, fair enough.
You're a mouthy little bastard. Eh?
Well, yeah.
Yes.
And
I didn't want to say that. Yeah.
Like I wasn't doing it just for myself, but I was doing it for the rest of the boys as well. Like if I'm going to be willing to accept that, then that's just showing him that that's acceptable behaviour. You can talk to people like that. So that's when I just pretty much piped up and just said, "Nah, fuck you, bro. Fuck you, bro. I'm done." So quit my job. There's plenty other FIFO work out there, and we'll just keep hunting. But the second pit, another car one. Nah, not the fan belt or battery. Bro, our car got fucking broken into last night. So me and the missus...
The one with the dodgy fan belt?
Yes.
We want to break into that.
Into the Yaris, bro. So the door was open. Fucking they had opened up the glove box, bro. Fucking all the shit was scattered everywhere. I didn't have anything like decent in there. There was like maybe $4 that they took. And I had my NBA cards and NRL cards in there. But they didn't realise that there was a few valuable cards in that glove box, bro. So they left them. So lucky.
Was there a Kalen Ponga card in there?
No.
I know who it would have been at. It would have been that crackhead that knocked on your door a couple of months
Oh,
ago.
yeah, fuck, probably, bro, probably. But anyways, so my peak, obviously, we done the UFC ticket giveaway, boys.
Yeah, mean.
So, gave one lucky person. Shout out to Kennedy who won the UFC ticket.
Congrats,
Tanas,
bro.
our kid.
Tanas.
Tanas, boy.
So yeah, that's my peak of the week. Me and Kennedy will go to the UFC, enjoy ourselves, sink a few beers. Also got us tickets to the after party as well. So it's going to be a big day, bro.
You stuck with you.
Stuck with that, bro.
It's more of a punishment, bro. Kyle will have a few beers and go on about his fan belt. And
Don't upset him, our kid.
So that's pit and peak for another week.
Clean.
Yeah.
Lucas,
Yes, sir.
we don't have to call you Big Daddy, eh?
You can call me whatever you
Okay,
like.
sweet, bro. All right. Lucas, look, brother, if we were to be around you during your childhood, what would we have seen from you as a child?
A very angry
Yep.
man. I don't know if you're going to say child, kid, but yeah, like a teenager.
youth,
Teenager.
yeah.
I don't know, man. I was just very angry about everything, and I'm trying to get that through to my son who's 20 and playing rugby. I'm like, smash everyone. Like, legally. I want to always mention that word, legally. But smash everyone. Like, I had that at like 14, 15. I wanted to go in there and damage everyone. And I was just, nothing in particular. My childhood was great. Parents together, everything was good. But I was just angry, and I wanted to hurt everyone. So that was my thing. Like I didn't go around, and I was never a bully. But I always, if I had a reason, it was on. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So
What part of Australia were you this bully, bro?
Granville in Sydney. So basically Parramatta. People don't know where Granville is. Right next to Parramatta. I grew up. Probably 80% of my friends were Lebanese.
Yep.
I hung around all the Islander fellas and stuff like that because of footy and basketball and that sort of stuff. And I married a Filipino. So I didn't really have any Aussie mates at all. And there was nothing wrong with that. It's just what I grew up with, and it's fine.
That's your
west,
environment,
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I did 13 years of security within Sydney's West. So that was always fun. Yeah. So, no, I was just angry. That's the best way to describe it, yeah. I was a lovely kid, but just angry,
Yeah, it kind of explains, what you do now.
Yeah,
with your
I got too big and too violent for soccer. The last thing I did in soccer was knock someone out and got a red card. So we're done with that. I went to footy and
Legally? Red card?
he kicked me in the shin.
Oh, that's what usually happens in soccer, isn't
So
it,
I
bro?
smacked him one, yeah. And then same with rugby. I was just punching people left, right, and centre.
Rugby league?
League, yeah. So I got too big and too violent for that, and I went, you know what? Let's just box, see what happens.
Second row in league?
In the 15s, I played. All right, I played soccer.
Yep.
Then I tried out for the Harold Matthews, and they said on the form, "What's your previous club?" And I wrote soccer because I played a little bit for school, but school wasn't anything in particular. We were like 4th division for most of it. I scored 57 points in one game in school football. So like I was just scoring and then kicking. Like it was what it was. So if we lost, which we generally would lose, it'd be like 72-0. So at least we'd win the fight, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I played front row in the 15s, and then I played winger in the 17s.
Oh.
So yeah,
You have a growth spurt?
I was no. I was
Big jump, eh,
I was
bro?
6'4" in both. Yeah, 6'4".
Yeah, right.
So 6'4", 100 kilos playing on the wing.
Yeah.
So
I
look like Eric Grove Jr.
Oh,
Like
okay, yeah,
decent,
right.
Pretty lean still. But
He showed me a video, bro, before you boys rocked
yeah.
up. Yeah,
Okay, all right.
True.
Okay, all right. I was never lightning, but I was
pace.
fast enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Long strides, bro. Long strides.
You're not scooting out of half. You're giving the ball on the gas.
Yeah, hard.
Nice.
But
nice.
I played with in the I think it was 16s because all that Super League shit came out for that year.
Yeah.
And then it changed from 15s, 17s to I think it was 15s. I don't know what 16s and shit.
Yep,
So
yep.
I think the SG Ball was under 16s. And I played with like High Marsh and Scott Geddes and there's quite a
Some
number.
legends of the game, eh?
But we had some mad juniors, but they never stayed on. That was the problem. Like I said, Parramatta never kept their juniors, unfortunately. But yeah, that was me.
Yeah, nice, bro. Close relationship with your parents?
Yeah.
Yep.
My dad was one of 13. And he just grew up old school where like there was never really any happy birthday for your 21st birthday, shit like that, you know what I mean? Where me and my mum were close as, but then when I got my first girlfriend who turned into my wife, it all changed because I was having sex with someone else. Like, I wouldn't say someone else because that sounded wrong, but you know, I was having sex. So the mum relationship sort of said, see us later, and I went to the missus, you know what I mean? So she got a bit upset at all about that. But
Her baby boy.
yeah.
Baby
And then I got a little bit too smart ass when I got to about 17 and I got kicked out of the house. That is a long story. I won't go into that one. But that was because of my my brother's wife at the time.
Okay.
Yep.
All my mates had fucked her.
Oh, shit.
So, let alone his mates. So I didn't want to say hello to the lady. And
Good girl, though, eh?
Yeah, a lovely chick, lovely. And then my mum was like, "No, you're in my house. You have to say hello." I said, "Fuck yeah," and I went off. So we had a big fight. I get kicked out, and I never went back. So the relationship between me and my parents from that point was gone. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we still talk. My dad's died now, but we still talk. My mum was over the other week because my daughter graduated. So it's still good, but it's not what it used to be. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay.
But that's a transition though. Once
Yeah.
you get older and
Yeah.
you're a man and you start
Yeah.
living your own life as well.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. You talked before about your bouncer days.
Yeah. Yeah.
You must have experienced some shit, hey?
Very much so, man. Like, I think Chinese whisperers is the worst thing. Like, people say, "Oh, do you remember when you did this?" I went, "Dude, the guy came up to me, swung a punch, and I knocked him. That was it." No, there was 5 guys, and I'm like, no, it was just one. So like, Chinese whisperers has made it so much worse than what it was. But just the general, you got your gangs and your bikies, obviously your locals and stuff. Like working somewhere like Mounties, it was just all Vietnamese. And like proper gangsters, but you know what I mean, like the 5T with all the tats and everything else. And Asians love glassing people. Doesn't matter what the fuck it was glass. It was going in your face, and it was unreal. So, I've seen so much shit, and I know what the sound a head makes when it hits the ground. Like I know that sound, shit like that. I've been shot at, chairs, glasses.
You've been shot at?
Yeah, got shot at once. Yeah, at Reesby Workers. So the fella, like, I ran it wherever I was. I ran it. So like Rees, we had about 17 guards. So like we had 6 just for the car park, stuff like that. There was, you could just sometimes I can just tell that there's going to be something going on. You know what I mean? And I'm good at that. So I'm up the top watching the dance floor, and I said to Eddie, who's an Islander fella, who's only probably 18, 19 at the time. I said, Eddie, can you stand there? And he's like, why? I said, just fucking stand there. So he did. Those guys that I was watching, bang, bang, straight away, had a fight. So there you go. And he's just one step forward, he grabbed him, no problem. So as he walked them all the way down, or one of them, all the way down the door, the main fella, they were just going backwards and forwards, like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. So then a fight started down the bottom, and obviously there's more of us. That one guy realised the gun fell out onto the ground. Then the guy's gone like, bang, shot one in the roof. We've all gone, shit, and just, phew. I was very fast at that point. Like, and he's basically just gone bang, 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 and shot at us. You know what I mean? So Eddie, the fellow, got shot in the bottom of the leg there, which fucked his rugby career up. He was playing for Tigers at the time, like big up and comer and stuff. Fucked his leg up. But yeah, I got shot at. I was just a faster runner. I ran to the wall and then along the wall instead of running straight.
Yep.
But yeah, he got done. We had to go to court, and it was either shooting at a crowd or shooting at Eddie. And we found out that he was shooting at Eddie, and he got a long fucking sentence. You know what I mean? So yeah, I've been through some mad shit. They got into a taxi, then they bashed the taxi driver, stole the taxi, and they did all sorts of shit. So yeah.
Lucas, I was actually a bouncer here in Perth for 6 years as well, bro.
Yeah.
But our stories are not similar. My worst one was I had to kick out 2 dudes for sucking each other off in the toilet.
No shit.
Yeah, I wasn't exactly shot at.
Well, you could have been shot at if you waited long enough.
They were shooting at each other. Yeah, 2 different experiences from the bouncer scene.
Well, I did do security here in Perth, and it was just recently, just after COVID and stuff. I thought, you know, I'll do some security, make some money. And I started, and I was at Northbridge Irish pub, and I quickly realised that no, this isn't going to work. When a guy got kicked out, I was on the door again. I'm the white guy that stands on the door that can talk to people, so it's all right. But I'm also intimidating. So he got kicked out. Said, sorry, mate, you got to go. He told me and his missus to get fucked and walked off. So for 45 minutes, I made sure this chick was nice, was good, calmed her down from crying, got her phone from inside, all this sort of stuff. Then she started like getting narky at me, and I realised that the boyfriend was walking back. So he sort of shaped up, but it was like 2 or 3 steps away. So he was not going to hit me, but he shaped up. So I'm shaping up to him, and she punched me in the jaw from the dog shot position.
Oh, fuck.
So I've turned and gone, fuck, all right, now I've got 2 threats. I just slapped the shit out of her and went back to him.
Yeah.
Straight to court.
Straight to court.
I'm like, fuck. And I got off. Like, but still had to pay 5-6 grand, all that sort of stuff. But I got off straight off the bat. And she got charged with whatever the hell she got charged with. But I'm like, yeah, I can't do this. Because I'm not going to stand there. Like, I have to technically be punched and or hurt for me to retaliate. And if I retaliate, it's going to be bad. So I'm like, yeah, no, I can't do this anymore. So no more security for me.
It's just what any person would do though. Like if if someone fucking does something, you're gonna defend yourself or fight back. You know what I mean?
But it's the fact she punched me.
Yep.
It's not if she came at me and was doing this. Fair enough. No, whatever, mate. Yeah, no worries. But she dog shot me from the side. I couldn't see her. So like I'm facing him, and she dog shot me with a punch in my jaw. Like if that was my daughter, she would have knocked me out.
Yep.
So like And then what would happen if I'm knocked out on the floor? Then big man's going to come in and do whatever he does.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
he shat himself. I slapped her, and you think, fuck, all right, he's going to go. And he did nothing. He shat himself and walked off. I'm like, great boyfriend you are. Yeah, that's right.
Did you ever find people going at you because of who you are?
Never have.
Never?
Actually, never have. No. Alcohol is a wonderful thing, and it's always alcohol driven. It's got nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
The biggest example, like the guy only come up to about my tit height. This is at the Mean Fiddler out in Sydney, one of the best pubs that I ever worked at. We'd have about 1,000 people per night. That's how big the pub was.
Yeah, right. Fuck.
That's where Nathan Highmarsh used to always be on the dance floor. Anyway, long story. Again, on the door.
Crack out?
Yeah,
Bum crack out on
always.
the
Famous for that, eh?
Guess who was the one that had to kick him out? I'm like, come on, Nathan, you got to go. But, yeah. Dancing by himself in the rain, but yeah. So this fellow, white fella, nothing wrong with him, but he got kicked out of the side door and he tried to get in the front door. Sorry, mate, you can't come in. And then he started shooting off about bikies and this, that. And I said, listen, everyone knows some sort of bikie or something. Just leave it. And he's, no, look. And he made me look down at his phone. So as soon as I looked down, he went smack and punched me, like full on king hit. So I just picked him up, went boom into the ground and walked off. But like alcohol, fuck, it changes people, man.
Yeah,
it really does.
it does.
Yeah.
I reckon we wouldn't have a job if we made alcohol illegal
Yeah.
and legalized marijuana.
Yeah.
I think we'd be out of a job, eh?
But I think marijuana should be like the benefits that you can get from it, regardless of obviously people just smoking it for fun.
Wasting time.
But all these people like that have got issues with like fits and this and that, like the fuckers should be available for them, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Well, it is starting to get a lot more accessible now, eh? Like a few of the boys, they've been able to get that
get a
medicinal, get a script.
Easy as, bro.
Get a script.
Helps
Yeah.
a couple of my clients sleep too, bro.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. They train,
Yeah.
get on the medicinal
You get
stuff.
you get like a roll on as well. You get all sorts of stuff. Yeah.
What's funny, bro, is that none of these boys have problems either. They just love with Blaze, bro. So they're just ringing up, oh, fuck, no, my neck, fucking, it's fucked, I can't sleep. Yep, sweet, boom.
Yeah.
Here's your little fucking medicinal marijuana. And the boys are on the fucking
Do they
buckies.
come in a liquid?
No, they come like the buds itself and like a little.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, no shit, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've had a like a liquid form.
Yep.
It fucked me right up.
Yeah, right.
Dude, I had about this much, and I was gone.
Gone,
Yeah,
yeah.
We
off
had
my head.
the Wildcat, old Corey Webster.
Yeah.
We had him on the potty.
Yeah.
And he's actually invested into a major Korean company that
Yeah.
is doing the medicinal
Nice.
marijuana.
Yeah.
They're growing in New Zealand at the moment.
Okay,
Like legally
okay,
grown.
yeah. They look at every rapper and fucking, they're all onto it. You know,
Yeah.
they're all got their own little brand.
Yeah. I'm just, the old Snoop Dogs and Wiz Khalifas and
Exhibit. Yeah,
Exhibit.
They're all got some.
yeah. During your bouncers years, were you training MMA or because I know you've done MMA, kickboxing, and boxing? Like, were you training throughout that period? when you were a bouncer?
For the last part, yes.
Yes, okay.
Because you weren't getting paid at all. Like the fights in Australia, unless you're someone like Tim Zhu, you get absolute fuck all.
Yep.
So most of my fights to begin with, obviously, were like $500, $1,000, stuff like that. So half the time, it wasn't worth me taking the night off from work. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Fair enough.
But you have to have a full-time job, and that is the problem with Australian boxing. Like if I grew up in UK, for example, I'd be driving a Bentley and I'd be mint. You know what I mean? But it's just not the same. So everyone has to have a full-time job no matter what. So definitely for the last part of it, yes. And then once I started getting regular fights, I let the bouncing go because I didn't want to get in trouble at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah. How active were you in terms of like fighting?
Okay. I basically said to myself, you know what, I'm going to jump in. So it was 2009. I had a kickboxing fight. I had a cage fight. A week later, I had a kickboxing fight, and 2 weeks after that, I had my first boxing fight, and that's how I sort of started.
So within that month,
1
you
month,
thought
yeah,
MMA,
three-
kickboxing,
yeah.
and
that was my plan when I started. You know what, I'm going to get a belt.
Yeah.
All I wanted was a belt in boxing, kickboxing, and MMA. That was my whole goal. So in that first year, I had like 10, 11 fights, and it was mostly MMA.
Yep.
So for the first 2 years, from 30 to 32, was pretty much all MMA. I had one in 2009, one in 2010 for boxing, and then from basically 32 onwards, so 2011 was all boxing. I realised after fighting Daniel Cormier,
I did read that.
but I realised
One of the biggest UFC champions of all time.
He's a Hall of Famer, yeah.
the thing is, but if I wanted to everyone wants to go to America and fight UFC. So if I wanted to do that, I'd be up against these guys who can wrestle, who are just different. And like we were talking about before, like they're just brought up with it in school and everything else. And I wasn't. Here I am at 30 years old, telling, I'll just give it a go. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm a big, strong boy, but fuck, he dominated me something chronic. You know what I mean? So
Humble you, eh?
well, literally.
Yeah.
So like I got up, down. Like I had nothing, and I'm like a turtle on my back anyway. You know,
I was about to say,
gas,
like,
those
how's
things
it
you
been
have
in
to
that
run.
position? Like, just on the ground.
You know that you're
Can't-
fucked.
You're fucked, bro. Yeah.
But if I'm on top, I'm sweet. But I was on my back, so it was no good. And then he cracked me with an elbow across my eyebrow. 13 stitches in total.
Yeah.
So I'm fighting like this, and I couldn't see shit. And then the punches started coming, and the ref called it. And I went, "Fuck, thank Christ for that." Yeah. I was gone. You know, so I wasn't knocked out, but I was fucked.
Yeah.
And that was for a ex-MMA world title. So I fought Cormier for a world title. I'll take that.
Yep.
It was his third fight as well. So the 2 fights he had prior to that were Strikeforce. He hadn't fought UFC yet. So he was happy. And I'm like, yeah, I'll take that loss. You know what I mean? And then, I fought 2 other fights. Won one, lost one against another wrestler. I thought, yeah, fuck it. We'll just stick with boxing. Because even when I was fighting MMA, I was still punching everyone. I wasn't really doing anything else but punching people.
Stand-up game.
I thought, fuck it, let's box.
Yeah.
I think that's why I don't. Well, I love UFC, but I prefer boxing a bit more because I think it's like a bit more upper class. It's a bit more chess than checkers.
Yep.
I just think UFC is a bit more checker-like, and you can get hit with anything. Like
That's right,
a
yeah.
stray hook. You've done all this training, and within 8 seconds, anything can happen. But with boxing, you're going 8-10 rounds.
That's right,
It's a very chess-orientated sport as well. Like you always got your guard up, and that's why I've always liked the boxing because of the whole chess versus checkers type thing. Or
But because there is only your hands,
Yep.
you have to set everything else up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if I could go, I'll set this up and boom, kick you, it's a different story. You know what I mean? But if it's just hands, it does make it that little bit harder as well. Yeah.
With that, when you say like how you set everything up, like how do you do that? Explain. Like,
Well, Kurt knows this. I went through it the other day. I was sparring a fella, body sparring, by the way, sparring, but I was sparring a fella and he was new in and he seemed like he knew sort of what he was doing. And I say to everyone who's body sparring, please go as hard as you want because it's good for me for conditioning and stuff anyway. So he was going hard out. And I basically, so think about this. I'm facing him with my right hand. I'm tapping him on the head, tapping him on the chin, tapping him on the body. I did like 6-7 of those. So the moment I went like that, all he's thinking about is that. And went, boom, dropped him with the body shot. You know what I mean? So that's what I mean by you got to play the game, position it. You know what I mean? So I can sit there and go, like this, and he's expecting everything. But I'm, right, bonk, left, dropped him. You know what I mean? So it becomes a beautiful game. Once you know it, it becomes a beautiful game. And even with Kurt, like I'm sitting there and I was sparring Alec. And I said to Kurt before the round, I said, he's going to do this. And it was like an uppercut hook, whatever it may be. And I just went, miss. And I looked at him while sparring. I went, there you go. And I kept going back. Like, I'm at that level, obviously, where I've done it long enough. I'm just so relaxed with it. Nothing bothers me anymore, which is good. But at the same time, nothing bothers me anymore. So, like, I think at some point you still have to, like, be worried because that makes you move more and do this. Like I sort of like bang bang. Yeah,
it's not worried. It's alertness, eh, bro? It's just
it is.
Human alertness.
That's right. And I've sort of lost that at some point. I think for me the Dillian White fight was probably the one where I realised that as well because I didn't give a shit. Like people were like, oh, were you nervous? I'm like, no, like nothing bothered me anymore.
Where was he at in his career when you fought him? Was he 15 professionals by then?
Yes.
He was?
I believe so. I believe
he was
so.
right up there anyway.
He was on the cusp of being one of the best ones at the time. And I think, again, for me, being the whole ex-world champ, everyone uses that. And I don't mind that as long as they pay me.
Yeah.
I don't fuck if it's me and Kurt in the car park, as long as you pay me for it. You know what I mean? So for me, it was, for him, it was taking on the world champ, or ex-world champ, sorry.
Yep.
I wasn't mentally there, let alone physically. So, like, my daughter was messaging me the night before, and she goes, oh, how do you feel about the fight? And everyone's nervous, as they normally are. And my answer to my daughter, and I think this is sort of sets the mood about where my head was, I come home tomorrow. Yeah, that's all I was worried about. I didn't give a fuck about the fight, and I'm coming home tomorrow. And that's where I was. So, like, I wasn't mentally ready and wasn't physically ready, and he was on fire. You know what I mean? He was perfect. But he was at that point where he was scared because here I am, ex-world champ, power, all the rest of it. rightly so, he was scared and he was on vibe and he knocked me out. So painful experience to sort of wake you up, but it is what it is.
Do you find like you've always had that target on your head because of what you've done?
Yes.
And then I feel like most of your fights that you've lent into at the back end of your career is just because of what you've done as well. So all these young fellas, or not even young fellas, are coming through.
The up and comers,
they're preparing really
That's
well.
correct. That's correct.
Yeah.
Like I don't mind that. As long as I get paid, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
So it's good. I can use that because if I hadn't had that, they wouldn't fight me at all.
Yep.
Everyone can sort of look at me and say, oh, I'll beat him, I'll outpoint him, I'll do this. But if he lands one, I'm gone.
Yep.
And I'm my own worst enemy with that. You know what I mean? Because I'd have so many more fights, but the fact that he might knock me out, and that's always there. Like, look at the last fight against Junior Farr. I went in and I said,
That was incredible, bro.
I said, you know
That
what?
was incredible,
I'll tell you my game plan. My game plan was I'm going to start faster because if I think, it's 10 rounds, I'll just start slow. You know what I mean? I thought, fuck it, I'm going to start faster and I'm going to punch him. Swear to God, that was it. And I punched him.
I was
You know what I mean?
I was on the Junior Farr bandwagon because everyone else was. I thought, here's the up and comer here. Yeah, and he knocked him.
Well, the only person that he lost to was Parker, and it went decision. I'm like, well, how the fuck did that go decision? I'm like, I'm just going to punch him.
Yeah.
And there we went. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that was awesome, bro.
That's me though. That is my strength, and I think over the years, what I've done is try to impress people of, look, I can box or I can move and I can do this because people have said shit. Fuck it, just punch people. It's pretty easy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's my thing. I punch people and they get knocked out. That's it.
Yeah. That Dillian White fight.
Just like that.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. As dumb as that sounds, it's pretty simple. Yeah.
That Dillian White fight. That was your first loss, yeah.
That was yes. So
How long was the unbeaten streak to? How many fights was that?
I'll have to look that up, bro.
Yeah.
It was something like 17, maybe.
17.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And O2 Arena in London. So headlining the O2 Arena,
Nice.
first time a heavyweight's ever done that, all that sort of stuff. And it got knocked out.
It's I know it's a disappointment for you, but it's just to everyone else, it's a huge achievement. You know,
It is.
Someone
But
like yourself,
you know
someone
what?
from out west, and
Bro, I go over to UK and I get swarmed.
Yeah.
No one gives a fuck. Oh yeah, not no one, but like hardly anyone gives a fuck in Australia.
Yeah.
It's totally different. You know, and like I had a fella come in yesterday to the gym. Oh my god, oh look, it's Browne, who's from the UK, and he fucking nearly creamed his pants. But that's what UK fans are like because they just love their boxing so much. Like we're not like that. We don't get behind our boys, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
do you think the attitude's changing towards it with the way that they're promoting fights on like streaming services like KO and Stan a bit more as well?
Yes, but like I was saying, it depends on who you are. So if you're in with the crowd, like a Tim Zoo and stuff, they'll promote the shit out of you.
Yep.
Like I'm the only heavyweight to ever win a world title. Hello, you know, only ever in history. Like fuck, I should be at least spoken about more. I'm not saying like please fucking blow up my ass. You know what I mean? But like speak about me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. My fight against the Django. So I'd come off the loss from Gallen, and my next fight was against the Django. And the whole time that Jeff Fennick was on the microphone talking about it, right, he was just bagging me the whole time. And in my head, I'm having this sparring match in my head with the Django. I'm like, yeah, I need rounds. There's no point in me knocking him out the first round because I'm coming off a loss. I need rounds. It's been a year since my fight. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going through the motions. I'm getting hit, but I'm not getting hurt. I'm like, yeah, this is fun. I'm laughing. I'm having a great time. Jeff's like, this is a ridiculous fight. And like just basically put me down the whole time. And even when I won the belt, he goes, oh, that wasn't worthy of a belt. I'm like, fuck it, no. So that's why I just had the shits and went for the Junior Farr fight. You know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to punch him.
Yeah.
And it worked. So I'm good.
Let's talk about the when you did win the title.
Yep.
Ruslan
Shigaev.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice. Russia.
Yeah.
That would have been a fucking hostile environment, eh?
Bro, Chechnya, which is Russia. But yeah, it was. I had a choice to make. It was like,
Was he Russian Muslim, bro?
He's from Uzbekistan. But yes, the entire fucking country was Russian Muslim.
Okay.
Beautiful to see because growing up in Granville, all the Muslim boys, covered in tats and drugs and this and that and all the rest of it. No tattoos, no drinking, no smoking, and full just Islam.
They've got
fucking beautiful
a really
to see,
good
man.
fighting attitude, I believe, eh, bro?
Well, it was the most most war-torn country in history. It's like it was just fucking blasted away. So they've done very well, but obviously they've come from nothing at the same time. Lovely people. I got treated like an absolute king, which is great. They were just happy to have the fights there and all that sort of stuff. Little did I know I was going to get fucked over, but it doesn't matter. And I had a choice. Do I go to Chester and possibly something happen, or do I say no to a world title shot? You know what I mean? So fuck it. Let's go ahead and see what happens. So knowing that I was going to Chechnya, Russia, at that time, the Russians were kicked out of the Olympics.
Olympics, that's all that
saying?
big fucking drug.
So I paid for the testing.
Yeah.
Knowing that I'm going there, I paid for the testing. So 3 days before the fight, in Chechnya in my hotel, got tested, completely clear. Now, why the fuck would I take clenbuterol, which I had to bring with me? Why would I take clenbuterol for a fight that's not going to do nothing for me because it's going to give me the shakes and shit? But
You didn't need to drop weight
I've
either,
already
did
cut
you?
the weight anyway. Like there was, and I'm a heavyweight.
yeah.
It's 91 kilos and over. So who gives a shit?
Yeah.
But I'd already cut the weight, and then so I had to go through. I did a lie detector test. I did a hair follicle sample from my underarm, in case you're wondering. Hair follicle sample test, which showed that I had nothing in my system for a whole 6 months. So if I'm paying for the testing as well, what the fuck would I take clenbuterol? So that's why they gave me the title back eventually.
Yep.
But 8 months later or something like that, and the damage had already been done. Like we were talking about fighting Klitschko next.
Yep.
So that was like $1 million for Klitschko. And then they just got fucking screwed. So
Because of that?
yeah.
Where do you think that went wrong, bro? Like in the testing?
I'm not sure. We had...
Are you asthmatic, bro? Do you suffer from asthma? No. Do you ever do the asthmatic shots?
No.
Because they have clenbuterol in there to get their lungs out as well, eh, bro?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Small,
that makes sense.
Small,
I've looked at it, and it's for horses with bronchitis, so that makes sense.
Yeah, for the lungs, to get the phlegm out of the lungs.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I've had a little dabble in clenbuterol too, boys. It's good stuff.
Not
5
recently,
kilos. Nah. I'm coming to your gym, bro.
No, but all the fighters the night before were given steaks, so I'm thinking maybe they fucking put something steak.
Stitch you up, bro.
I wouldn't have a clue, man. Like it's all speculation. I can't say shit.
Yeah. You actually got dropped in the 6th round? He dropped you down?
That was not the plan. Just, you know, because he was a lefty.
Yep.
He came through and, like I said, setting shit up. So he came through and threw a right body shot. So I'm sitting here watching the body shot, boom, over the top with the left.
I did see that.
And dropped me. And I basically, I was on the ground and went, oh shit, I picked it up.
Yeah.
That was quick, like I was out like that.
Yeah.
So I got up.
He stunned you again?
No, what happened? That round that I got knocked down in was 15 seconds longer.
Yeah, okay.
And then the next round, when I started coming back, was 45 seconds shorter.
Yeah,
Fucking shifty
Yeah,
motherfuckers,
fucking dodgy as fuck, bro.
Yeah.
But then you got him in the 10th.
Yes.
Was it?
Yeah,
You
that's
got him
right.
good too.
The exact same punch that he threw, so I've slipped underneath it and just gone bang him with the right, and he fell over. And you just tell he wasn't right. He had a little bit of a stumble on.
Yeah.
So I've just gone, fuck it, and bang, bang. And it looked messy and shitty as fuck, but it was just punches in bunches, you know, bang, 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 bang.
Did you
and
duck so he come for the body and come for the left?
He come for his left, so I've ducked under the left.
Yeah, right.
Over the top, So
That
we
chess
actually
game.
practiced that
That
for a
chess
while.
game.
Yeah, it was. But just remembering what I got caught with in the first place.
Yeah.
So fuck this again. So under, bang, and he just wasn't right. So I just kept throwing punches until the ref said stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mad chin, bro. He's got a mad chin. His losses were against Klitschko and Povetkin.
Yeah, true.
And I'm the only one to ever knock him out.
Yeah.
So again, I'll take that.
Yeah,
You know?
100%.
His only knockout.
Yep. Yeah, that's right.
What about leading up to fights? You always see like the fighters going at it in the press conference and things like that.
Yeah.
Is that a point to try and sell it
Yes.
to make it a bigger fight? Are you asked to kind of make a bit of a scene? I've always been curious about that.
Not so much asked. Like no one's ever asked me, but like for someone like a Cannon Briggs, you know what I mean? We're gonna possibly have a fight at one point, and we said, listen, I apologise for anything he said, vice versa. We'll just hype this shit up. Like, yeah, sweet. So like it's known.
Yeah.
But I get all that's words, man. Like, we're in the ring now. You know, you can't say whatever you like. I'm coming right at you.
Facebook status.
That's
Just
right. But it is, man. Like it's the boxing has become for the people. It's become a circus.
Yep.
And you look at all the Jake Pauls and even like fucking Mayweather fighting YouTubers and shit. Like it's just a circus. But that's
Just
what people
for money,
want.
eh? Just money.
Yeah. So unfortunately, the sweet science of it sort of lost a little bit. You know,
Yeah.
you still get your Canelos and stuff, but they're fighting for $50 million. Like, that's a lot of money
100%.
compared to if I'm on the card, I'll get like 10.
Yeah.
You know, there's a big drop.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. Like my biggest payday ever was 250 grand.
Yeah.
So people in UK thinking I'm a millionaire over here in Australia. I'm like, hell no. Like out of that 250, take 10% for manager, 10% for trainer, 25% for promoter, and then 10% for the fucking lawyer. It's like I get half. You know what I mean? Then tax.
Yeah.
Then you got to live on it for a year because you don't fight for another year. So
Yeah.
like it's just no.
That whole thing with the drug testing, like how did that affect you in your career? Would you say?
It really hurt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because not only was it detrimental for me progressing to where I thought I was going to be, you know, I had to go all the way back to the beginning. So the next fight was $5,000. You know, I fought in Queensland for $5,000. Like it really killed me, you know. But we look at the social media aspect of it as well. Like I got hammered, man. I got absolutely crucified. So anything I posted, bang, people would just put like the little steroid, the little needle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was just labelled a drug sheet, no matter what. Even today, I still get, you're a fucking drug sheet. I'm like, dude, I got cleared.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I got the belt at home. Do you want to see it? You know, so no matter what, I'm labelled that. And people will take other people's word over yours anyway. You know what I mean?
Man.
So at the end of the day, I got the belt at home. That's all I'm worried about. But it really fucked my career hard. You know what I mean? And my life. Like I still don't own a house. I would have loved to have fought Klitschko for a world title or something, have that, and then continue on.
Who was the promoter that may have been looking at that, bro? Like, say you'd win.
It was
in
probably
Chechnya.
Klitschko himself. I think they put their own fights on. Yeah,
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where they get all the money. Look at Mayweather. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
So they put their own shows on in their own country.
Yep.
And they collect a shitload more money. But
Yeah,
still,
okay.
I still get paid. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Do you get like, so when you won the belt,
Yep.
does everyone get their own belt to keep?
Yes,
Like,
yes,
is
yes.
it like a replica or something like that?
I get a belt, but
Yep.
basically, if I there's the difference between a belt and a title,
Okay.
right? So at home at the moment, I've got 13 belts.
Yep.
But the ones that I actually hold the titles of at the moment were the two I fought for Junior Far. So I hold the titles.
What are those, bro? What are those two titles?
IBF Oceania? No. Fuck. Why did you do that? WBA Asia Pacific and IBF Oceania. Yeah.
Because to be honest, I get lost with boxing belts,
I was
bro,
about
like,
to-
and
like,
titles
is-
and all
do you
sorts
think
of
there's
carry
too
on, eh?
many like belts that are?
There's four main ones, like main people's, but then there's another like 4 or 5 as well. You know,
Because I think I heard, was it Mayweather saying like something? There's too many belts. Like there's
Yeah.
WBO, whatever.
Different
There's-
organizations, eh?
yeah, sanctioning bodies is
Yeah,
how they
yeah,
say.
yeah.
Yeah, so you got the red one is IBF, the green one is WBC. So you know that from like Tyson and
Yeah,
Mayweather. There's 2 black ones, so WBO and help me out. What was the other one? I missed one.
WB something, eh?
Not
It
the,
is.
not the WWE. is
Yeah,
it?
I know. But then you've got like another one's like IBO. There's so many, man.
So many
There's
belts,
Yeah.
Crazy.
Like I've fought and won against James Toney for a WBF world title. So
Yeah.
technically it's a world title, but like no one gives a shit about it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I can't go around saying world title again. But yeah, it is what it is, man.
What's your thoughts on, like the rugby players and YouTube stars and all that coming into boxing? Like,
Yeah. There is 2 ends of that. I love it. I reckon it's great.
Yeah.
Because all it does is create more eyes.
More
for
eyes on boxing?
100%.
Especially yourself.
100%.
Yeah,
Yes.
everyone knows who you are now,
That's
bro.
right. But Gallen, myself and Gallen,
Yeah.
that's the classic example. So he can fight. He's not a boxer. He's a fighter. Great fighter. And I will never take anything away from the guy. But he got 1.2 mil for that fight. I got 140 grand.
Fuck.
So here I am as the former world
Fucking
champion,
world
the
champ.
actual fucking boxer.
Yeah.
And he got 1.2 mil. Like, I don't care that he gets paid that, but I should get paid
You should
more.
get a fucking
You know what I'm saying?
decent cut.
Give me 300,
yeah.
400. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. But I understand how it's bums on seats and he brings them and all that sort of stuff. Please get paid. I'm never going to knock anyone for getting paid, especially like your Jake Pauls and all this sort of shit. If that's how they're getting paid, fine. do your thing, man. You know what I mean? But as an actual boxer, as my job and everything else, I should be getting paid more too. Then, you know, there's nothing wrong with having a bit of fucking, bit more equal, basically.
Yeah.
But it does bring more eyes, and it's great. Like Sonny Bill Williams can fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's a money man, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, Sonny Bill. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't mind that at all. But like,
Sounds like his confidence is being touched up a little bit though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
mate, nice fella. I speak to a lot of people all the time, and I not regular, but I speak to him here and there. And I think he's just concentrating on the family thing at the moment,
Okay.
and good on him.
Yeah.
You
You
know what I
can
mean?
see that, eh? Yeah.
He's got kids coming out everywhere now.
Everywhere,
you know?
eh?
Yeah,
But
bro.
it's nice. It's nice to see, you know.
Yep. Yeah, hard.
And they've full got the full,
Yep.
the full
Yeah,
Muslim get up
Muslim,
and all.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
good on him. I grew up a Catholic boy, like,
Yep.
but I still don't believe in God at all. But that's my choice. You know what I mean?
Yep.
If you get brought up a Christian and you're trying to tell someone that Christianity is the best, that's only because your parents told that. You know what I mean? If you choose at an older age to become something like a Sonny Bill chose to become Muslim, great. At least he's got his head on and screwed on straight, and that's what he wants to do. That's fine. I respect that so much more.
He's made a calculated
That's right,
decision
yeah.
that this is going to be
That's
the
your
best
life.
for his life.
Sweet as, yeah. You know what I mean? But like, yeah,
told by someone else.
Yeah, you can't just get brought up something and that's the best one. Have you tried all the others? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So yeah, I'm not a religious person in any way, but I full credit to the man for going with what he believes in. Yeah,
That's a good way of looking at it. I've never heard it like that before, bro.
yeah.
Thank you.
But it is no, but that,
Yeah.
tell me that anyone else like it's because their parents just drummed it in them that this is the way you should be. Like,
Born into it.
doesn't
Yeah.
have to be.
Yeah, so I was brought up Catholic as well.
Yeah, yeah.
So
And I think the older I came, I just, I don't know, I'm kind of a lot like you. So yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Got any fights coming up?
I do indeed. We got straight back onto it because of that one that fell through in December. So it's back in Dubai, which, but
same promoter, bro.
no, different promoter and all the rest of it, and different opponent. But again, it's not for 350 grand; it's for a lot less.
Yeah.
But it's his name is Big Baby Miller. So Gerald Miller.
Yeah.
He looked basic, like without. I don't know if this is going to sound racist, but he looks like a gorilla. He's a big motherfucker. He's got the ass and thighs like a gorilla as well. You know, what I mean? So he's about 6'3" and 140-ish kilos. And he's just a big boy, man. But he's come off 2 years of ban for drugs.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
So he was on some mad steroids.
Yeah.
So he's come off 2 years of ban. He's had 2 low-level fights. Like the guys are like 3 wins, 10 losses and shit like that. So let's see how he goes against someone who can bang back. So that.
What's your thoughts on that, bro? What's your thoughts on steroids, obviously in the sport, and being allowed to come back into it? Because steroids really changes the body composition of someone for life.
Yes, yeah, that's
You
right.
know,
Imagine me on roids, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know what? I keep
you'll
saying
grow a
this to
foot.
people, bro. Yeah.
6'6".
You imagine after boxing, bro, I'm going to hit it hard. I'm telling you that. I'm going to hit it hard after boxing. And then when people go, oh, steroid, now this is steroids. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I haven't used it, and I wish I did, but I think everyone's on it in different ways. And like a Joshua. Look at Anthony Joshua, man. Look at the body on the fella. Tell me he's not on something.
Really?
Really?
That's your
No,
your
no,
thoughts
Yeah.
on
he's
Anthony
a,
Joshua?
yeah, he's a fucking tank. I
know what I'm
think so,
saying?
yeah, 100%. I would say the same.
There are
Something.
some things that I haven't looked into. I wouldn't have a fucking clue what the names of these things are, but like there are some things that are out of your system in a day or two. You know what I mean? I was with the WBC clean boxing program, so it basically meant I had to tell them where I was at all times, and they could test me whenever they want. And I had to do that after the world title just to shut everyone up. And I got tested 3-4 times and it was clear every time, no problems. But all these people aren't with those groups. And tell me you can't be on something for a couple of weeks or a month or whatever it is, and then it's out of your system in 2-3 days. Like, fuck off to Dubai for a bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All these people do it. Let's go to Thailand for a camp. You know what I mean? I guarantee it happens, but let's say you get caught.
Yeah.
Some of these people will get caught. Look at Jeremy.
We had Leroy Jeter on the potty that played for Essendon.
Yep.
And they were done in the drug scandal.
Yeah.
But he was doing that serum, I think it's a serum A3 or B4, where it just repairs yourself 50 times quicker.
Okay.
The recovery steroids. So it was hard to pick up at the time.
Yep.
But the doctor, old Dank, he knew that. He knew Australia wasn't testing it world, they were testing it.
Yeah.
But in Australia, they weren't testing it.
Okay.
It wasn't until Leroy said that the AFL started going, fuck, these boys are backing up like
real quick.
Anzac game, back onto the game on Saturday,
Yeah.
and they're looking fit, they're ready to go,
okay.
you know.
It was the same doctor that when the Cronulla Sharks got done.
Oh, yeah.
And like Gal was playing for the Sharks.
Yeah.
The whole
okay.
peptide
Yeah.
scandal way.
Yeah.
Yeah, exact same doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. As I was saying, guarantee you, everyone's on something. And look at all the Americans. Americans have been on something for years. Like I guarantee, I know for a fact, like that Holyfield's the classic example. He was on roids the whole fucking time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, look at him. He's a cruiserweight.
Yeah.
Before heavyweight.
Before
You know,
heavyweight, yeah.
he was on the juice hard the whole time. Yeah.
Because he had to make weight every time, like
Yeah.
put on the weight,
on
just,
weight, that's
just to
right.
make fight, eh?
That's right. Yeah.
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 Yeah,
Crazy.
Yeah.
But Anthony Joshua, you can have the best record you want, but what about Andy Ruiz, boy? That's
I
my
know,
boy. That's my boy.
He put it in for the little fat fellas, didn't he?
Yeah, little fellas. Doing it for me, boy.
So talk to us about Big Daddy Boxing Gym.
Yep.
How long have you been open?
8 months, I think.
8 months?
8 months, about that, yeah.
Yep.
As I said, I moved to Inaloo first, and it's like 3 streets away from me, so it's great. And I had this idea in my head, and I've had the idea for quite some time. But once they said, "Oh, are you interested?" I actually like sort of put it all down, pen and paper, and figured it out. And it's basically what I do for training, but I'm making everyone else do it. You know what I mean? So I may tweak things here and there, but a boxing cardio session will have half boxing, because if you're not fit enough to actually go 3 rounds, what's the point? You know what I mean? So you have to have fitness with it. So right next to the actual building is a little hill, and it's the best. So we do hill runs, a lot of assault bike, especially if you can't run or have an injury or something like that.
Soft on
Yeah.
the joints, this salt bike. That and the skier, perfect to want to get into the
But
heart rate up.
that's
eh?
my cardio. My
Yeah.
cardio day is what I call box and bike. So I do a round, and just go backwards and forwards and do 12 rounds of that. It's
My
unreal.
clients, this is why I get you on the assault bike. The joints, I told you.
It's unreal. It is unreal.
Mm.
So conditioning will have like things like just kettlebell, like a deadlift and squats and stuff
Yep,
like that.
yep.
But we'll do bear crawls, we'll do this, that, and the other. But there's also obviously boxing involved and everything else. So if some people that have been there since day one, so much fitter, stronger, better. And for me, that's awesome because it works for me,
Yep.
and I'm glad it works for other people. You know what I mean? So again, that 3-minute round kills everyone
Mm.
because you realise, fuck. So all the females are like, 3 minutes is longer than you think, isn't it? You know what I mean? But it works. So I'm very happy. And everything that is done at the gym, I do myself or have done.
Yep.
So I know it works. So it's good.
Is it you just running the classes?
At the moment, I've got another young fella in there. His name's Jack. He's come on recently. I've basically said to him, if he wants to use, because it's only open those, for me, it's only open those 3 times for the 3 classes. Said, here's a spare key. If you want to do PTs or the rest of it, go nuts.
Yep.
I won't charge you anything for it because it's not open anyway.
Free rent, beauty.
It is,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
But you have to be at the classes and help out. So he helps out. He loves doing pads, all that sort of shit. I can't hold pads to save my life.
Yeah.
I punch them all day, but I can't hold them. So he's that pad man for everyone as well, and a little bit of technique, but just that assistance. So if I'm outside with the people on the runs, someone will be inside.
Inside.
Doing something, so he's inside. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
mate.
it works out well, and he gets free rent. So go nuts.
Fuck,
Oh,
that's
nice.
good.
Yeah.
Do you plan on opening any other gyms elsewhere around Perth or
I
Oz?
would really like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
The space I have is narrow.
Yeah,
So
okay.
the way I set it up, everything you groups of 6. So just say if there's 12 people, there's 2 groups. You know, what I mean, that's how it works. So I've got 6 assault bikes, 6 like cobra balls. There's about 10 different boxing things, but like everything's 6. So they'll have 6 outside running while 6 are on the assault bike, and then they'll swap and they'll do this and that. So I could probably accommodate for 24 max.
Yep.
So if it gets busier, I'm going to fucking need something bigger and or more times and all this sort of stuff. So I would love a bigger space. Now, if I can get a bigger space in the area, I'll fucking take it. But I'd also want something maybe down south.
Down south, yeah.
Now, when I say down south, it doesn't have to be like whoop whoop, but still like a Myrie,
Yeah.
you know, like it's still on the other side of the river. You know what I mean? So,
Oh, fuck, I thought you meant Bustleton or...
No,
or
no.
Bunbury.
but what I was thinking about the other day, like if all goes well, imagine having say 2 or 3 rental properties and or gyms here. and I get the Australian dollars transferred into my bank account, and I go live in Bali and set up a gym in Bali. Just chill the
100%.
fuck out in
Yeah.
Bali,
Yeah, bro.
have a gym, but have the Aussie dollars coming towards me. So like
Yeah.
mentally, that's probably the goal. We'll see how it goes. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Good vision. Good
Yeah.
vision.
Yeah.
It is,
Good
bro.
vision.
It is. Family life.
Yep.
Yep. Kids. Yeah.
I'm all right, I got 3 kids.
Yep.
So my 2 boys is now 19, 20, and 24. My daughter. I was married to have my first kid at 19, so I started all early, which is good. I think there's 2 ways to do it. You either set yourself up first, have your kids after,
Yep.
or just do what asked about, which I've done. But I'm very, very, very happy with that because I grew up with them and I was still young enough to do stuff with. So I had my 40th when my daughter had her 21st. So I was mad.
Yep.
You know?
Sweet.
Now, imagine me playing 3rd division for
West
for West, and I jump on the bench while my son's playing first, like just to fuck with him. But yeah, I can do that. I'm not some 50, 60-year-old man, you know what I mean? So it's good. I've enjoyed everything like that. Their mum is a lawyer. So we met at school at 16. As I said, married 19. We were together for 13 years, but yeah, sometimes you just can't be with the same person. And we stayed together for the kids mostly. She moved... We're from Sydney. She moved to Perth first, and I came over after that to be close to the kids. So I'm very happy with the relationship I have with my kids. What they remember from me as a father is us doing shit. So like going for a bushwalk or doing this, or just
All
very
the little
simple,
things,
no
yeah.
money.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what they remember from their mum is, she paid for this, or we went to this restaurant, or we went to New York for this for a week, like shit like that. But mine is memories of us, of doing stuff. So I love that. And I remember I was talking about my dad not exactly being, Mr. Affectionate and stuff. Yep. He did so many things well in terms of came to every game, every training, all that sort of stuff. He was always there. He was a very dependable man like that. So I've done the same. But in terms of affection, I'm overly affectionate with all my kids. Like, they're my kids. I give a fuck.
Yeah.
Yep.
So my boys rock up. They're 20, big mother. Hey, give me a handshake, give me a kiss on the cheek. Like, I didn't care. They're my kids. And they're always going to be my kids. And they've accepted that, which is good. Because if they told me to get fucked, I'd probably slap him. But it's good like that. So from that point of view, all is well. They're in Scarborough. I'm in Innaloo. It works out well. They're at an age, though, where they do their own thing, obviously. So I can't expect them to come and see me all the time, but I'm fucking 5-minute drive. Surely you can come and see your dad, you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm not allowed at the mum's house. I'm not sure why. But I'm not allowed at the mum's house, so they've got to come and see me. So from that point of view, family's great.
Awesome.
I've got a missus at the moment. I've been with her for 12 years. She's got a little one as well. Little one is now 14. I've been with her since she was 2. So like I'm stepdad, you know what I mean? Real dad's still in the picture, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I think she's now realising that I am who I am, and she's respecting that a lot more, and sees that I do it, like pick her up from school, do this, that, all that sort of stuff, which I used to do. I think she really respects that now as well. So that's good. I'm getting a lot more love and sort of admiration just for those little things now. So it makes me feel a lot better, you know what I mean? Like, just need that pat in the back every now and then, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And those, especially those early years, like I was saying, we've got young kids as well, like precious moments, doing those little things. But you can imagine that, like your partner's new, or your new partner's a boxer. So I'm guessing the real dad must have seen you and be like, oh fuck, we're going to start any shit here.
Well, funnily enough, like my missus is Jamaican English, so she's half. And the baby dad is Maori Irish.
Yeah, true.
So
they're the mongrels.
Great
Those fellas out. Maori Irish.
so
You're looking one over in the corner there, bro.
So great little mix, but he's a short nugget. He knows where he stands. Right? It's all good. He knows where he stands. But no, we've never had dramas like that. As always, when there's another person in the relationship, whether it be like me, my ex-wife, or them two, someone has an idea of this how it should be, and someone has an idea of this how it should be, and there's always arguing about fucking something. You know what I mean?
100%.
So, yeah.
Awesome, bro. We are it's almost running out of time, but we've got a quick Q&A for you. I've got a couple of questions. You boys got any questions?
think
I do
had a
have
couple.
one. Yeah,
Great.
it's funny. I said to the people, don't ask anything stupid because I might get knocked out on the potty. Sure enough, the boys being boys, something cheeky. I won't repeat them, bro. I do have a
I
question.
don't mind. Honestly, I don't give a fuck. Yeah.
No. Boys been smart ass. So, but one of the questions was like your best and worst fight. So in terms of worst fight, something that you felt you made a mistake or went wrong, and your best fight where you kind of felt like you really performed well.
Yeah. Well, recently, I think the Junior Far fight, because mentally I was in the right spot. I was like, listen, fuck this, fuck everyone. I'm just going to punch him. And I did. You know what I mean? So for me, that was the best one. My worst one was a guy called Rudenko. He was a Ukrainian fella. I fought him in the UK. I trained, everything was good, no problems. But when I got to UK, I was taking Phenergans. I don't know if you know what Phenergan is, like antihistamine. Yeah. So I was like, I'm going to take a Phenergan to make sure I sleep all right. So for the 5 days before the fight, I was taking 2 Phenergans a night. So when I got to the fight, I was like drowsy as fuck. I had no idea. So I had this fight, and I was still undefeated at the time. I got to round 5, and here I am in the ring talking to myself. I'm like, fuck, this is how I lose my first fight. You know, and that's where I was. I'm like, fuck, this is no good. So I got from like round 8 to round 12. I come back strong, and I won the fight by decision. But like, I made that fight so hard for myself, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was my worst fight because I really had to sort of convince myself while I was fighting that no, you can do it, you know, and come back. Now, when I got into the change room, I took the glove off and took the wraps off. I had skin off my knuckles. That's how much we were punching each other, you know what I mean? So, like, I'd cut here, there, and everywhere. Fuck, it was the hardest fight I've ever been in,
Yeah, true. Yeah, that's my question. Sure, bro.
Top 3 of all time, any weight class.
See, to be honest, I don't give a fuck about anything other than heavyweight. And people say, oh, what about this? I don't care. Mike Tyson for me was he was the man, you know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with Ali, but it's not my era, you know what I mean? So I grew up with the Mike Tyson era. So for me, my 3 heavyweights, unfortunately, Mike Tyson. Oh, no, Roy Jones Jr. He's fucking light heavyweight or something, isn't he? So Mike Tyson, Roy Jones Jr. and Lennox Lewis.
Nice.
Yeah. That's a good list.
The long reach.
Bro, And he used it, but he used it,
Hardest hitter in boxing today, you believe?
Technically, it can be boxing. The hardest person I've ever sparred against was Mark Hunt.
Mark Hunt.
Back in the day,
The Uso.
bro. Back in the day when I was out of EFG out in Penrith with Tama Tuhuna and the boys out there. And he says to me, I'll jump in the ring. And I'm like, what? I just started. And he goes, yeah, jump in. And so I jumped in the cage with my gloves on and was just boxing. And I'm going, bang, bang, bang. And he fucking just looked at me and smiled, went, boom, straight in the forehead. I'm like, fuck. So, yeah, he's the hardest person I've ever faced, man. Yeah, without a doubt.
Nice, bro. Job, you got anything, bro?
He's not ready, bro. He's not ready.
You answered it.
He's not
You
ready at
answered
all.
it. So it was, how much did you get for throwing the Gallen fight was one of them.
Dude, there's going to be a lot coming out about that. I can't say much because legally I'm not allowed to because I've been questioned. There's a lot of people being questioned.
Just because of your recent wins?
No, prior. They're looking into it. Crime Commission, the whole lot are looking into it.
Wow.
Just corruption in boxing.
Yeah.
So I was told that the referee Les Fear was informed to not call the back of the head shots.
Yeah.
Now I've watched it over and over. I got 5 hits in the back of the head. Now when I say it was like up here, so like 5 hits in the back of the head, which made me sort of not good anyway. But then my eardrum popped, and that's what fucked me. So I didn't get like chinned. I was fighting cross-eyed. I was fighting like this, and I didn't know where I was. So I'm glad I didn't get chinned and knocked out, but still, I'm that guy that lost to a fucking footballer, you know what I mean?
Because that's Gallen's punch. He's
I
that,
know.
He's that overhand too,
But you can see ones where, like, I've got pictures and footage where he's instead of punching like this, he's going like that.
Up and over.
Yeah.
So that where your wrist is wrapped, that's where he was hitting me. He was hitting me with that on the back of my head. And the ref didn't call. The ref's looking at him and didn't call it at all. You know what I mean? So that'll come out, which is good because that'll somewhat exonerate me. But I've still got to be the guy that lost to a footballer.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that'll fucking come out.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Nice, bro. Oh, well, just on behalf of us, brother, we just want to give you your flowers, man, and
Appreciate it.
congratulations on what you've achieved
Thank
so
you.
far in life, and we just wish you all the best with your future endeavours.
I really appreciate it. Thank you very much, boys.
Thanks, bro. Job, Your moment, bro. Wisdom.
Yeah, bro. I'll just give a shout out to Moji Wanga and the West Oz Nomads going over to the Sydney Sevens, the Tai Levu Sydney Sevens. Good luck, boys, for that. And the Wisdom boys, it's actually not mine. It's Mike Tyson's. Everyone has a mahere, a plan, until you get punched in the face, eh? Oh, no, that's Mark Hunt.
No,
Tyson?
Was it Tyson
Yeah,
said
yeah,
that?
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Yep.
sorry, yeah. So
Yep.
that's it, bro. Everyone has a mahere until you
whiz.
get punched in the
Till you
face,
get punched
bro.
in the face,
You
yeah.
get punched in the face. All right, boys. Pong, you want to close us out, bro, on your song?
I just thought it was fitting, bro. I googled
What
Rocky
you got?
Balboa,
Oh, I knew, yeah.
Eye of the Tiger. Kia ora whānau. That's us.
Bro, that's my favourite Rocky.
Boom.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
Fucking on the money with that
Yeah.
song choice.
Yeah, it
People
is.
All good. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in.
Classic.
Cheers,
Later.
Lucas. Cheers, brother.
We'll catch
Man.
us next time. Later.
That was gangster, bro.
That Rocky 3, that's my favourite Rocky, bro. That's my favourite Rocky.
Thanks, my brother. Awesome, bro. Awesome.
Appreciate it, bro.
Yeah.
Cheers, bro. Nah, definitely fuck what we keen to come through, have a little nosy at the gym.
Bro, I was so keen to
Get some content, chuck me in the ring with fucking Kyra and Joe.
That's a weight loss.
Busting ball.
I know.
And